I stood at the edge of the parking lot, watching the valet hand her the keys. To the car, yes, but more than that, to my son's future. She didn't notice me. She never does. But the moment I stepped toward the entrance, she turned, like she had been waiting for this exact second just to savor the bitterness. "You're not invited, loser," she hissed, lips curling with that familiar cruelty. Beside her, the security guard shifted his weight, hand moving subtly to his belt, eyes flicking between us. I met his gaze, nodded once, and turned away. I didn't flinch, didn't beg. I had no reason to. Not anymore. Instead, I reached into my pocket, pulled out my phone, and spoke two calm, deliberate words to my lawyer. Execute it. Then I waited. She and I, we built that boy together. Or so I believed. Through every scraped knee, every sleepless night piecing together last-minute science projects, every cold winter when the heating failed and blankets weren't enough, I stayed, even when she didn't. She left 3 times. Once for a yoga instructor, once because she needed space, and once just because it was Thursday. Each time, I forgave her for him. When she came back, I welcomed her back for him. When she drained our joint account to fund her boutique daydreams, I rebuilt it for him. And when she handed me divorce papers on the morning of his 18th birthday, I swallowed the betrayal, smiled to the candlelit cake, and let him cut the first slice. He never knew. I never let him. That was my mistake. The signs came slowly. A phone call unanswered. Then 2. Then weeks of silence. He stopped visiting, said he was busy. Said, "Mom's helping with the wedding, so it's just easier." One afternoon, I drove by the venue. I just wanted to see what kind of place he'd chosen. My name wasn't on the guest list. I asked him gently, and he said it was a mistake. He'd fix it. He never did. Instead, a week later, I received a text. "Thanks for the contribution." Not a call, not a voice, just a text. That's when I realized I had been erased. Quietly, cleanly, like I was never meant to be part of the picture. And it wasn't him, not entirely. It was her. I knew her fingerprints. The way she rewrites the past, reworks the narrative. I had become the villain, the absentee. And him? She had bought him, groomed him with guilt and gifts, until he believed the version of the story she whispered in his ear. Fine. Let her write the script. I would write the ending. It took 6 months. I spoke less, smiled even less. I started playing the long game. First, I had my lawyer file a motion concerning the trust fund, the one I created the week he was born. She didn't know about it. Neither did he. It was under my name, with one clause. If I wasn't at the wedding, the funds would be frozen until he turned 30. Next, I contacted the bride's father, an old money man, polite to the point of formality. He valued dignity, discretion, appearances. I showed him a file. No threats, just truths. Photographs. Recent, last month. My ex-wife tangled up with another man. Receipts. Hotel bookings. Text messages. Too many calling him daddy. And then I showed him where the boutique's investments had really gone. Not into handbags. Not into branding. Into weekend suites and champagne breakfasts. And she had taken some of his money, too. He went pale. Quiet. I didn't need to say a word after that. The rest unraveled on its own. Back in the parking lot. 20 minutes after I made the call, he emerged. The bride's father. Tie loosened. Face white like blank paper. Disbelief carved into every line. "What did you do?" he demanded. I said nothing. He looked past me, toward the entrance, like trying to summon a different reality. One where this day still ended in a kiss and a dance. Then he muttered, voice hollow, "This marriage is off. Because of you." I almost laughed. Not because of me. Because of her. All I did was hold up a mirror. He stormed past, phone trembling in his hand. Inside, chaos bloomed. My son came out last, still in his wedding suit, jacket crooked, tie askew, confused, furious. And for the first time in years, he really saw me. Not the shadow she painted. Me. He didn't speak. I nodded. He didn't nod back. That was fine. Truth takes time. I never wanted revenge. Not truly. I wanted recognition, a seat at the table, a sliver of dignity. But when I was denied that, reduced to a ghost in the background, I remembered who I was, what I built, what I protected, and what she had taken. So I didn't yell. I didn't break anything. I simply let the truth breathe, and it did the rest. 2 weeks later, the boutique quietly shut its doors. Investors pulled out silently, politely. The scandal surrounding the bride's family never made headlines, but it didn't have to. The right whispers in the right circles did enough. My son hasn't called. Not yet, but one day he will, when the fog clears, when the noise fades, when he counts who was there when it mattered and who wasn't. Until then, I live my life. Quiet, clean, focused. No more chasing ghosts. No more apologizing for loving too deeply. I missed the wedding, but I reclaimed something far more valuable. My name. And if I had to, I'd do it all again.